1.6, 7.
What was that?
Sounds like a window. 1.8.
Come off those spikes.
1.9. The needles hit the top.
That thing's alive, sir. I saw it. I shot at it. I hit it. I know it. Nothing happened. It just kept coming at me, making a noise like a cat mewing. Captain, it was awful. If you could have seen those hands and those eyes. Captain, you've got to do something about it. You've got.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly? Baffling questions, astounding questions that not even the world's greatest scientific minds can answer.
Gentlemen, do you realize what we've found? A being from another world, as different from us as one pole from the other. If we can only communicate with it.
See? What happened, Doctor?
In the greenhouse, I was working. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then a blast of cold air, and I heard Olson scream.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.9. Needles hit the top.
And welcome to an exciting episode of the Graphic Man Show. Well, I don't know really how exciting it will be, but I have put the link in the chat, and anybody is welcome to join me. I would take any and all comers, no matter who you are. Come aboard, feel free. Let's see who we have in the chat. We have Recess. He says, yay. And for those of you wondering, here is the link. I've spelled it out all nice and neat for you. Here's Maranya. She says, good evening to all the four color fossils, the friends of all fossils, foofs, the peanut gallery, and the studio audience. The studio audience, yes. Yeah, they're all waiting in the green room right now. Here's the Library 88. Ahoy all. Hello, Library. Here is Fireball. He says, hey, hey. Higgy Pop says, hey, Micah, good to see you, Higgy. Nice to see you. Lead Paint, good evening, everyone. Higgy Pop says, classic The Thing. I love the classic movie. Other people like the remake, fine, but I'm a classic guy. Great flame-bursting, beastly, but yes. Nice. Hello, Ron, good to see you. Higgy Pop says, hey there, everyone. Dr. Silver Age. Doc, feel free to join me. Howdy, Micah, says Doc. Doc's been very busy. Says, hey, Ron. And the Jackson Roy Kirk. Accept no substitutes, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson, I'm using your mouse pad. I've got it on a pillow. I'm giving it a good workout here. We're testing it. See if I can keep on clicking away. Maranya says, hello to Higgy Pop. Brother Higgy, woo! Lady Maranya. And Cream City. Nice to see you, Cream City. Glad you're here. You always make me smile, Higgy. Where is the snacks? Hello, Surf Blue. And always a pleasure, Mike. Oh, well, glad you're here. Very glad you're here, Ron. Is that the James Arness thing? It sure is. It sure is. I tried to get James's autograph years ago, but he sent me a letter saying, "Oh, you got to pay me big money," and but I got Peter Graves. So, let's see. I liked Peter in Stalag 17. I thought that was a dynamite movie. Hides her cake. Yes. Too late. I found it, Maranya. Yep. Jackson, you can't keep anything from Jackson. I would join you, but I'm already in bed. Well, These youngsters always going to bed. Well, that's no problem. I will try to suffer through this. The pros do it, right? All the great streamers do it, so surely I can do it. Let me show you something wild I got. This was just put in one of a bag that I bought a long time ago. Excuse me. And it's called Workhorse Comics. And of course, it's obviously a modern. And it's not necessarily in the style that I would probably be looking for. Jackson, if you can give me some lines there, because I'm going to get distracted here pretty soon. So here's the interior. And this is Carl, the Black Stan Lee. So there you go. You heard it here, folks. According to the fine print, he lives in this town. So Carl, if Carl doesn't like my critique, if he stumbles on this one day, he'll probably try to, rough me up some. But that's okay, Carl. I'm just an old fogey giving my critiques. So he's kind of like the editor for Workhorse Comics. He claims to have sent many sample ideas to the big publishers, always getting a rejection letter. And then one day he noticed they were using one of his stories without giving him credit. So that's unfortunate. And I hope Carl, for your sake, that you finally got some credit out of that. Here's an interesting picture of the mutant samurai cockroaches. So just so you know, this is obviously magazine size, good paper. So here is Blackwing. Again, it's kind of a modern style, not something I would pick up. This apparently is the bad guy, the Scarlet Scarab. Okay, now, admittedly, the little bit interesting here. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. This is Shuju. Shuju, I guess. And here's a page of that art. So this is kind of like a sampler. And some information. You might look for this. I don't know. Down at the bottom, here's a drummer. A drummer wearing a mask. The masked drummer. I don't know. I'm just making this up. So I haven't really read this. Interesting samurai character there. And that's the style. A little thick on the lines, but it is stylized. Yeah, I have to say it's pretty good. I like this bottom corner here. I like the teeth and the silhouettes and the eyes. That's pretty good. Pretty good for modern. I'm a classic guy, like I've said about 15 times. Oh boy, now this character. How do you say an outer space jungle girl Red Sonja, but on the plump side? Being hopefully fair with the assessment. I don't know if Jambo could ever see that, he might be able to give us a pretty good critique. I don't know. And then there's the Shadow Lady. Outfit's kind of like the Green Llama from the olden days. So a little bit more. Don't worry, I'm about wrapping this up. Interesting character designs. Again, this is Workhorse Comics. And he has an autographs page, and apparently my copy was autographed by Carl. So Carl, the Black Stan Lee, 2017. He He didn't know the cool thing to say would be the Black Roy Thomas, but I only tell these jokes for Eric Breen sometimes. And okay, so and then the last, the back cover is the Women of Dark Horse, or excuse me, Workhorse, and their logo has a horse on it. And I thought that's interesting. And how much would you pay for this? Well, apparently $15. Printed in the USA. Hey, so it's totally American. Now I'm having a little fun with this. I'm obviously this is not directed to me, not something that I would probably pursue, but if they keep it up, well, then I wish everybody success. Those cockroaches, that might be your big. That might be something that I could see purchasing, but I'm probably not Suju or whatever his name was, and I don't mean that disrespectful. I just nothing really jumps out at me that says, you're going to remember these characters and all that. It. Now you're thinking, well, Micah, you haven't made one of those. No, I haven't. So, but well, I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not the target audience. So, but anyway, that's Workhorse Comics. Look them up. And if you see Carl, say, Carl, I wish you well. The Black Stan Lee. So there you have it, folks. So, all right, let's see. Where did we leave off with the chat? And once again, the link is in there. So feel free to join me. Let's see here. We've already been there. I'm still looking for the line. I'm sure good old Jackson Roy Kirk set me up. Was that flavor cake? Yeah. Chocolate, he says. Everybody's happy. Here's the line. Thank you. Don't worry about the above. That's one. What other flavors do I have? Lemon and strawberry. These are good guesses, Jackson. And Apollo, I live. Let the masses rejoice. Apollo, there's a link there. I'll put it in pretty soon again. Hey there, Apollo. I haven't chatted with Apollo in a long time. Roach's book. Yeah, even if I don't like roaches for real. Remember that, folks. Graphic Man is a classic guy. There will be a test. Yes. On the plump side. Yeah. And Scotty's here. Are those comics made by those guys? Or are they always looking for public domain characters? I don't really know. I don't know what's on the internet about them. Workhorse Comics. Hello, Dr. Fibes. I spent an enjoyable evening chatting with the good Dr. Fibes last night. We were talking about the movie The Thing. So always love people making the effort, and self-publishing has the vibe of an 80s black and white boom. Yeah. 2017 apparently is when that was. I don't know if they're still around. Let's see. Hello, Dr. Fibes. Jackson says, hello, Dr. Fibes. Here's the great legend. Brother Micah, God bless everyone with us for your appearance. Yes. And you can bless us with an appearance later tonight if you so choose. Jay Lucian. Hello, everybody. And Jay says hi to Jackson. Hello to the fossils in the chat. And Jackson says, Jay. So once again, I'm going to put the link right there. Feel free to click on it. One time I was joined by Jackson Roy Kirk. It was just his audio presence, but nonetheless, it was great. The fossils got to ask him all kinds of important questions. Like, what's it like in Louisiana? And anyway, Jackson, still using that great mouse pad. It's hanging in there. So, all right. Well, I have made some more pulps, and later tonight I'll be showing some Thor, some good Silver Age Thor, and some DC bronze horror movie. Ooh, it sounds scary just thinking about it. Jax and I had $1 for every time we've greeted each other. They'd have $7, I think. It's hot and humid. All right, just made this one today. Very happy about this one. It's the Mad Robot. And I'd be mad too if somebody were shooting me in the chest and there were sparks flying. I thought that was incredible detail. Intruders from the Stars. Now, the back cover was this great art that I was having trouble finding a good back cover image for this. But then, lo and behold, I found the original art, a scan of it on Heritage Auctions. And so all I had to do was add the title bar from another image that was kind of blurry, but I spruced it up, and I got what I thought was a dynamite back cover. And it looks better than any of the ones that I had available for choosing and playing around with for this issue. So, and there's the spine. Isn't that wonderful? So, great stuff. Great art on the interior too, guys. I mean, look at this wonderful girl here. All the spider webs. Anyway, so that was the January 1944 issue of Amazing Stories. Just made that today, and just made this one today. I made these two. That puts my total number up to 88. 88 pulps. So this one is an oldie from April 1930. You can see the old font there of Amazing Stories. So this looks like it's taking place in Washington, D.C. Some people are watching this crazy lobster alien creature. Not sure what he's up to. But there you go. You can get a brand new Corona for $2. What a deal, folks. $2. So this magazine was 25 cents. But if you saved your money, you could get that Corona. All right. Here is November 1950. Amazing Stories. And on the back cover, it's the Rosicrucians. I don't know if they're still in existence or not. But they claimed to have the secrets to life. I don't buy it. Here's the interior artwork. This woman's going to stab you with a knife. Isn't that great? Lovely. Lovely, lovely. You can't trust them, folks. All right. We'll do one more for the time being. Lord of the Crystal Bow. Take that guy getting shot. You're saying, what's it from? It's from May 1942. It was one of the big ones. 276 pages. And on the back cover, the airship of Venus. You always wondered what it looked like. There it is. The airship of Venus. I'll try to... Okay, here's the cover story. All right, I might find one or two more pages to show you. I've got a good stack of these, so don't worry. There's more things to look at before I even get to the Thor comic books. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat that's worthy of looking around. Oh, here's something cool. Oh, yeah, the return of Lancelot Biggs. Okay, so once again, this was May of 1942. And show the babe once more for Jambo's sake. All right. By the way, I hope Jambo does well. He was earlier this morning. He was in the hospital with his mother was having some trouble. Hello, Paulo. I don't know how much I'm at liberty to say, but the doctors are working feverishly to hopefully rectify everything. And so, if you'd like to join Paulo and join me, here is the link. Let's see. Here's Jay. Yes, Jay has $7. We established that already. There's Jackson's line. Don't forget to please like this video. Well, I hope they like it. I don't know if it's doing any good or not. It's hotter and humidier over here. It's 90 degrees where I'm at. Paulo, how are you doing?
I'm just fine.
I can barely hear you. So I don't know if that's my.
Oh, it's my mic.
There you go.
105.
And we thank Paulo for using the correct Fahrenheit scale when he addresses us.
Yes, I'm familiar with prehistoric forms of
Yeah.
measurements.
Yeah, well, it's better than Kelvin. Can you imagine us using Kelvin?
Yeah, 400 and something.
Yeah. Hello, Michael Taylor, and thank you, Library. Good to see you guys. Library later. Try to find me on Instagram. I need to chat with you sometime. There's Maranya again. Hey there, my Yancey Street brother, legend. How are you, Luna and Sailor doing? Those are his pet tigers. 88. Wow. Yeah, like the piano keys. I got 88 of them. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have 90. So the paper and ink shortage continues. Yes. Hopefully, they won't discover me for a while. 88 pulps. That's awesome. Yeah, not counting the ones I've been buying. So the covers are amazing. I hope you like the rest I'm getting ready to show pretty soon. Hey, Rod, says Michael Taylor. Hey there, Michael, says Rod. By the way, Rod, just today I watched Sting's last match. It was fantastic. I'll have to talk to you about it later. So is Carson in that airship on Venus? No. Everybody had a shot at Venus. I always wondered if Lancelot Biggs will return. Yes. Hello, Paulo. Hey, Paulo. To Jambo and his family. Yes. I haven't got an update in a while. No show last Wednesday. Yes, I was in a lake. And a perch was attacking me. I had this little mole on my leg, and the perch kept trying to get whatever I had. It freaked you out half the time. But took the wife and the dog, graphic dog, down to the lake. Had a whole week of fun in the sun. Want me to post your IG? Hey, that would be great. Because I don't even know what it is. All right. How many kilometers is 108 degrees?
Not many. You'll get tired and want to have a full bottle of water.
Yeah.
Before no time.
Hey, Graphic Man, check my channel tomorrow for some sci-fi books bought today. Well,
cool.
Scotty, you should just show up here and show them now. But
yeah.
I understand if you don't. I have a lot of people that will contact me, but they're very, very camera shy. So I've been still working on AFTA all these years. Graphic Man on Instagram is whatever that says right there. All right. Good.
There's no reason for him to be camera shy. Alan Garrett has his photo plastered all over the internet.
Yeah, but he doesn't want that known. He's a great guy.
He has an IMDb page.
Yeah. We correspond through email and always have a good time. In fact, for those of you that can't get to Instagram, let's see. There it is. That is the Gmail. That's 404. By the way, that's not my birthday. I don't know why Gmail gave me that 404. They wouldn't let me have Graphic Man at Gmail. Like 403 people already have Graphic Man at gmail.com. But anyway, they're part of Google, so what do you expect, right? All right, there's graphic. Yeah, okay. And he was on TV. Well. Yeah, I'm not able to be on camera. My face breaks the lens. That's unfortunate, Scotty. But at least you can post, and that's just fine. It'd be very cool.
Look at all of us. We all have a face for radio.
Yes, yeah. And I have a face for shortwave, but all right. Well, Paula, what have you been doing up there in the lovely, lovely country of Portugal?
Looking for a job still. So I'm taking advantage of socialist policies to get free education.
Uh-oh. Socialism, boy. Well, like what? Economics or
Yeah, a little bit more basic. They're usually 50-hour courses or 100-hour courses. Right now I'm doing one on office management, which is much, but I was hoping for video editing to show up, but still, so far no luck. I took a photo editing one a few months ago.
excellent. Excellent. I don't know if you have anything to show, so feel free to interrupt me if you do.
Yeah, actually, if I took this out of the shelf because for Jared's show, because a few weeks ago we lost Peter B. Gillis, who is one of the most underrated writers of the 1980s, and he had a run on Doctor Strange on the split book Strange Tales of the late 80s, which was a split book with a Cloak and Dagger. And the stories kind of get lost with collectors because they go from the previous title to the succeeding title, and they just skip over these. And Gillis was probably the only thing remotely close to a horror writer that they had at Marvel at the time. Because this is not a good guy Doctor Strange. He has to skirt around morality a lot in order to get anything done in these stories. We have some pretty interesting art here by Richard Case.
Okay. Oh, so this is mid-90s.
It's late 80s. So
late 80s. Okay.
Yes, Strange Tales came out in 1988, 1989. Yeah, this is that time when he had an eye patch. This is the scene where he loses his eye.
Mm.
And he kind of goes nuts. There was an adversary of his from the 60s Strange Tales called Kalu, and here he sort of becomes his friend, and he's trying to teach him about black magic because it's a vulnerability for Doctor Strange. And because of that, people die, which is something that he has to choose to ignore, which for him is kind of that's why he almost ends up losing himself. And his sidekick Rintra appears a lot here. For those who don't know, Rintra is a green bull. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Wait, is it showing?
Yeah, so he's got horns, right?
Yep. Here's some sort of clone of Elric. It's not Elric, but I think he kind of looks like him. It usually gets stuck. This title usually the Doctor usually keeps to himself, so guest characters are rare. There's a couple of appearances by Cloak and Dagger. and that's it. And when the storyline ends, Doctor Strange moves back to his own monthly title.
Okay.
And it's a shame that we lost Peter B. Gillis. He was only 75. He's never had much recognition. As opposed to hardcore fans, is better remembered for his work on the New Defenders, which is where I knew him from. And do I still have that thing here? Yep. Strike Force Morituri. With the this is the only trade paperback, so goes up to issue 8, I think, no 13. So in order to reprint the whole series, they would need 3 trade paperbacks, and they didn't. I did manage to find Peter B. Gillis on Facebook once a few years ago, and I asked him, what are the chances that Strike Force Morituri Volume 2 is going to come out? And he literally said, they mentioned something about porcine aviation. So yeah, pigs don't fly.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Did your co-host agree with you on everything?
Yeah, I mean, even Jared wasn't reading Marvel anymore by the time the New Defenders started, so he's not very familiar with the work of Peter B. Gillis.
I'm not.
Yeah, he never had a run in any of the big titles. There are a few fill-ins that he did. I think I'm pretty sure there's a Captain America one, but apart from that, nothing really. He was doing New Defenders after J.M. DeMatteis, so he was the one that even though DeMatteis left him with that cast, which included Angel, Iceman, and Beast, plus Gargoyle and Valkyrie were the only ones from the original team.
Yeah.
And Cloud. And Cloud was a girl that they didn't know where she had come from. And there were no supervillains in most stories. A lot of there were wizards, there were some demons, and of course Moondragon goes nuts again. But there's a lot of soul searching in that comic, because the gargoyle is a man trapped inside a demon's body. Cloud doesn't know who she is, and you have three former X-Men trying to be superheroes, but they're not. They don't have a team structure like they're used to, so they end up not being a proper team, and in the end, it's mostly about tragedy because in order to set up X Factor. Peter B. Gillis has to kill everyone except the mutants.
Now, I don't recall Angel and Iceman having too much difficulty with the champions, even though it was short-lived, and maybe they didn't have time to develop a lot of the inner problems, but they, I mean, that's a team, even though Ghost Rider is like this weird wild card.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is mostly the wild card, but apart from the Ghost Rider, you have 2 former X-Men and 2 former Avengers. They know how to work together. That's not the case in the Defenders, because especially because in the Defenders they decide they don't need leaders. Whenever they mention somebody asks for who's the leader of this team, they'll point at Angel's girlfriend Candy Southern and say, "Oh, she's the leader."
That's passing the buck.
Yeah, but the Beast, having been at the time having left the Avengers, and is working with Warren and Bobby again, and he's trying to set up some sort of processes again, but he doesn't have the time for it, and the other guys don't have the inclination for it, so they never end up working as a team like he wanted.
Very interesting. All right, I'm going to show a couple of more books. This is November 1926. H.G. Wells, Jules Verne. And the back cover, follow this man. Because he knows where he's going. No, it's like a spy novel. A weird one from March 1943. It's
when you see a lot of those covers, the designs for the buildings and ships and robots kind of falls into a pattern.
Yeah, well, this is way before Shogun Warriors. The Submarine of Neptune was on the back cover.
Well, there are no fish on Neptune, but
now that you know of.
but with that design, it should be able to skim through the atmosphere.
Now I believe Neptune is the one that spins this way.
Yeah, it's tilted all the way to the side.
Now they had the Green Man in one of them, and then they did the Green Man Returns. And based on a true story, it's raining fish. This is a weird phenomenon that does happen from time to time. I think like a tornado or something has grabbed something, and then 3 miles later,
creates a water spout, and then when it breaks up, anything that was in it falls as well.
Yeah. So here's the interior artwork for the Green Man Returns. Again, this is December 1947. And I believe this is the first one. Yep. The first Amazing Stories from 1926. Now, they started off with a lot of H.G. Wells and Jules Verne. And then after a few months, they started to attract other writers that were there instead of just the ancient. So here's Jules. I'm a Jules Verne, guys. Here's Off on a Comet.
Yeah. And, well, Gurdon's Beck was already an agent before he started Amazing. So he probably had access to those stories.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't think they're in public domain just yet. From 1926 to the 50s?
26, they're no 20.
It's on the edge, right?
26, they're in the public domain in the U.S. Yes,
could be.
Up to 29, they're in the public domain.
As 1931. And I realize the audience is, not necessarily a pulp audience, but these are hardly seen. So,
and besides, all of those aesthetics are what we see in the first Golden Age adventure comics. So yeah. So even if you're not interested in reading those stories, you can certainly understand how they're the inspiration for the things that we like now.
I had a whale of a time finding a good image for this, and I had to kind of composite 3 of them together. So it's the old War of the Worlds. And if you're an old sci-fi guy like me, that's just great stuff. So, and here's a real smart A young Reed Richards. I haven't figured out what's going on this one yet. I don't know if her life force is being slurped up and then going through the hole in the wall.
Or maybe it's just a new model for a shower.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, you get this snazzy pen and pencil set on the back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then they had a title font change in the mid-30s, like 1934.
What I do like seeing is the names of a bunch of writers that never became famous. And I wonder what happened to them.
Yeah. And they're probably not going to get paid very well because Gernsback was known for not paying everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for good interior artwork here. Hopefully Mr. Roy Kirk has got me all set up. You need a big fly swatter.
Another big insect. I guess Gernsback like big insects.
This guy will train you at home for a big pay job.
Mm-hmm.
I like how back then they were trying to convince everybody, you really should give electricity a chance. You'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's an interesting. You're flying along in your great plane and you get grabbed.
A gigantic claw.
Yeah. Must have been terrifying. So we're at 1931. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm about to damage this one. I'm not careful. All right. So this is 1940. You'll get a gander at the villain there.
Mm-hmm.
Look how giant his head is. And so back then they were all worried about the fifth column. You know, what are those pesky Nazis up to on Mars and at the South Pole?
Or Cleveland.
Yes. Here's life on Europa.
Which might actually be possible. We just gotta drill that ice and find out.
Oh. Blitzkrieg, 1950. So, once again, that's 10 years in the future. This is 1940. They're already talking about 1950. And The Man Who Never Lived.
Ross Rockland. I have a feeling that name in particular is a pseudonym.
You think so? Yeah. Here's a mysterious one.
Jellyfish are annoying. We're walking on the beach, enjoying the sun and the surf, and then those things pop out of the sand.
Do you guys have a Portuguese Man of War?
And no, those actually exist in the more in the high seas. We have smaller jellyfish, where who do sting you, but you only get a rash for a day.
When I go to way South Texas, I see those.
Yeah, the venom from a Portuguese Man of War is potent.
And those tendrils are like,
Yeah.
what, 16 feet long? I'm just making that up, but they seem incredible.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
They can reach up to 30 feet from head to toe.
Yeah. And this will be the last one for the night. Starship from Sirius.
The Portuguese man of war was not named because it comes from Portugal. It because it resembles the ship that was the Portuguese man of war.
Yeah. Back cover advertising the upcoming issue. Let me find a good artwork here. You got some like gnomes. All right. I will check in with old Jackson Roy Kirk. Let's see. Okay, getting close. I need to remedy that one of these days. And now on one above. All right, I got it. Okay. I saw a video of it the other day. Yeah, Scotty was talking about the TV show or the movies, Amazing Stories. Micah, did they come out with Amazing Stories first Buck Rogers reprint? I'm working on that yet, but I did find the file, and so I think it's 1929. Oh, wow, that was really amazing. It's well amazing. Is public domain 100 years? I think, well, like 75 is one rule of thumb.
Right now in the US, it's 95 years after publication.
Okay.
In the rest of the world is 70 years after the death of the creator. So if the creator dies young, the European way is better because it encourages the publisher to keep the creator alive in order to at least retain editorial control. But so if you die young, things go into the public domain much faster. Like Asterix is only going into the public domain in 2086.
I have a request here. So, Jackson, the original spines were all over the place, and the art director back then, it looked like they just did a magic marker on the side. Amazing Stories, or they looked like they had just escaped from a lunatic asylum. So I found a couple of good ones, and then I kept the style, and then I just kind of repeated it. So first I'll show you like the really, really old ones. This will kind of show that. So there's your volume number. There's the Amazing Stories. And at the bottom, you see the year, the month and year. So I try my best to make them uniform, but they weren't always uniform in real life. You'll get some, and they're about an inch taller than the last month, and then the next month they shrink again. Many times they print and they had overhang, and then that would chip off, and so it's all over. So those are those. But when you get into the more stylized, where the letter is more like Superman's logo, I found a good spine that had red and yellow and blue and white, and so I just duplicate them like that. So, and I get them fairly close, and so you can imagine like 88 of these on a shelf. And I'll be able to just, pick the month and year right off the bat. So, you're a spine guy, huh? Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see. Yep, there you are. And Scotty says jellyfish on the sand here and are dead and they don't sting. Portuguese man of war yet. I see them in South Texas, Galveston. Incredible Hulk Collection, Micah. I'm off to La La Land. Have a great night, everyone. You too, Doc. I'll call you soon. We'll talk about Sting. No, I was talking about fish falling from the sky during rain. I saw a video the day of that happening. Okay. Good night, Rod, says Dr. Five. Speaking of flight, I heard that they finally found Earhart's plane this year. Well, what do you know? I hadn't heard that. Good night, Dr. Five. You too, Rod. So, what if you revived the person after they were officially dead? We will let the lawyers decide that, Scotty. Was it under ice, Michael Taylor, with the World War II fleet of planes? Huh. I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about that. Thank you. You're welcome, Jackson. Scotty, I don't know. Some people say I'm spineless. Oh, I've never said that, Jackson. Okay. While I got a bunch of good comic book fans in the crowd, they probably like Bronze Age horror. Here is DC, The Sinister House. And boy, is it ever sinister. Look at those. Creepy.
That's not a Neil Adams nor a Bernie Wrightson.
It's Tony DeZuniga. Am I pronouncing that right?
DeZuniga.
DeZuniga. Uh-huh. I was a football player. What do I know? So, Secrets of Sinister House. So, this poor guy's going to get ready to ask directions. He's just lost. Everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about.
That looks like a John Severin almost.
I did not write down the artist. Another Secret of Sinister House. Oh, if it were only this easy. If the dead person could just show up and identify who killed them, that would save a lot of time. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is find the body. Yeah. Another Secrets of Haunted House, not to be confused with Secrets of Sinister House.
Different houses, different secrets.
Yes. But I put them in the same box because there wasn't very many of either one. So. And I don't have them all.
Those kids again. Always getting into trouble.
That would be scary. This dude coming out of the water. Little boy's on a date, real young. Things going bad. This guy's he's got to have a bad day. I think this is Crusher Creel, right? The Absorbing Man. See, there's his ball and chain.
Yeah. He lost weight.
Yes. Cover by Ernie Chan. Also known as Ernie Chua. Secrets of Haunted House. Now, see how delighted these women are with this eyeball. So that just proves that they don't want rings or necklaces or bracelets or, they want eyeball jewelry, folks. Mm-hmm. So women just go crazy for good eyeball jewelry.
Yeah, this almost looks like a Home Shopping Network ad.
Louis Dominguez. You would pronounce it
Luis Dominguez.
Luis. You would do a Luis. I would think Louis. But... All right. You're covered by Joe Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was those very lively covers.
I just like the green hair. Mm-hmm. It's like Jarella became a snake. No, Jarella had blonde hair. What am I thinking? All right. The Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. This was for the real creepy girls back then. I don't know what they were thinking. Another dark mansion of forbidden love. I think she's trying to forbid it.
You are not dressed for the cemetery.
Yeah, he's just trying to point that out to her, but, she's hiding from him. Covered by Nick Cardy. April 1972, according to my scribbling. So that title becomes Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion. Here's a lovely honeymoon, bringing her home to meet the family. What a great time she's going to have.
All the cousins are there.
What a great cover.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a red Grim Reaper in there. Uh-oh. How did the surgery go? Am I beautiful?
Oh, they did that in an episode of the outer, either the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits.
It was Twilight Zone, starring Donna Douglas. Ellie Mae Clampett. Love the fashions back then.
Dig it, Daddy-O.
This is 1975.
Nobody said dig it, Daddy-O in 1975 anymore.
And 1975? No, 73.
They were playing Jumanji again.
Yeah.
Always works out well.
One more Dark Mansion. This could easily have been Weird War Tales.
There may have been times that they either recycle or at least rescheduled stories for the not quite appropriate title.
Agreed. All right, let me see if Jackson bailed me out again. He sure did. Love the horror comics. Oh, 2 above, he says. There's a lot of reports on the find of YouTube. Okay. Comic books. Yeah, not just Pulps. 2 above. All right. Dr. Five says he loves the horror comics. Notice that too, Michael. I haven't checked out any yet. I heard the same guy that found the Titanic was responsible for it. Sharp copy. Well, thank you, Cream City. Very cool Secrets of Haunted House. Those Secrets of whatever house are so great, far better than Marvel's horror. Shocked himself saying that DC was better than... Yes. Love all those Gothic romance, 70 horror books from DC. Kaluta cover. Okay, one of those was a Kaluta, apparently.
Yep.
All right. Eye of the Beholder. Yes, Twilight Zone. Nice Dark Mansions cover there. Thank you, Missing Mars. Missing Mars is here. Lead Paint says, awesome DC horror books. Why? Thank you very much. And if you'd like to join me and Paulo, I think this will still work. Yep.
Yeah, especially
feel free to.
It's past 2 a.m. and I'll be going to bed soon.
Yeah. So you missed a big chance to see Paulo live. All right. So are you leaving now? You can if you want.
No, I can stay around. I actually don't only have stuff to do in the. No, wait. I do have some writing to do in the morning. But that's okay. I'm writing a piece on the 25 years of Honda hybrids. Very interesting.
They've been that long, that many? Wow.
Yes. I'm not sure if you remember something called the Honda Insight. The first generation was something like this small, only had 2 seats, and the Honda used it to introduce the technology. Then they put the engine up on the Civic inside the Civic and then in the Accord.
Okay. Cool. Well, I had just pulled some Thor. I skipped ahead of the Journey into Mystery just to start like 126 for Thor. The great classic cover, Thor versus Hercules. I have drawn that myself so many times. And inked by Vince Coletta.
Vinny the Eraser.
Yes, the Eraser. Should have made a movie about him. Here's 128, The Power of Pluto. But Mickey Mouse did not make an appearance.
But he does own the intellectual property.
Yes. Yes, now he does. He sure does. On the Verdict of Zeus.
I sentence you to lightning.
It doesn't get much better than these Kirby Thors.
In the netherworld.
And great cover here. Would make a great poster. My favorite's when he fights the Super Scroll. Here's 132. I love the Rigelians.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. They have every planet cataloged, you know. They got everybody going out there reporting and claiming, and then report back to this big library. So that's my job. I would be in their library classifying everything. And
Space librarian.
Yeah. A little wonky, but still great.
The living planet. That one doesn't look like Kurt Russell, who at the time was still a little kid.
Yeah. And the people breeders. I think that's been everybody that's ever lived, but, you know.
The high evolutionary.
Since mankind, you know.
I think the high evolutionary is one of the best names ever for a character.
Yeah, he graduated from the low evolutionary, right? Or the mid-level.
Man, beast.
I always thought his face was weird. Hi! You know?
Yeah, right, because the problem is that they kept changing his appearance from artist to artist.
Yeah.
What Kirby wanted to do, he wanted to pick up animals and give them human faces. And other artists, whenever they did the New Man, they decided to go with the animalistic features.
Yeah.
So it's not as good. It's not as good because you look. I'm pretty sure that Kirby was thinking Island of Dr. Moreau when he
Right.
created the New Man.
Right.
Because even if they're the good guys, they're disturbing.
And I've seen that illustrated many different ways. Make all the creatures look like basically humanoid structure, and then an animal face. But then some of them have gone really into the crooked back hind leg of a dog, you know, and all that. This one's got dynamite colors, and a little bitty snapshot of Odin on the side. But those reds. When I was a young lad, of course, these are all back issues to me, but I just couldn't wait to save up and get that. And I thought Odin was kind of a jerk. He set her up for failure. throw her out there with some scary thing. Well, of course she's going to freak out. She hadn't had any experience messing around with a sword or, have Lady Sif take her through a few gauntlets first. No, just throw out there for, say, sorry, Thor, she just didn't make it. Too bad. So sad.
Well, even in the stories, in the original legends, Odin always was a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, agreed. Here is Ulick. Ulick always had great feet. And interesting cover here.
Going for Don Blake.
And one of my favorites. Here's the Super Scroll I was mentioning earlier. And when I was a young lad, I saved up for this one. And the guy at the comic store, it's not in existence anymore. It was full price. But I bought it. I had to have it. I don't know how you turn that down. That's just... And to see him fight somebody besides the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, especially because he probably thinks that I can take out Thor. I have the power of the Fantastic Four.
Wow. It's a great book. Great art. And the Stunning Stiff. See, no one says the Stunning Graphic Man. Or the Stunning Paulo. They never say that about us.
How to make the circus of crime look menacing.
Yeah. And, here's an old childhood copy that's seen better days, which explains the bag I've still got it in. But I still love it. Not afraid to show stuff like that on this channel. I mean, this has got wrinkles in the top, but who cares? So
comics are meant to be read.
I agree. The Wrecker, a great villain.
One PhD and 3 construction workers.
Yeah.
And the leader is one of the construction workers.
And if you like big hands, boy, this is a great... The Wrath of the Warrior. Well, I'm glad I pulled these. This is a great cover. I'm almost tempted to scan that and then try my hand at coloring all the background instead of the green. But I do like the green touch. I think they did the right thing. Great Magog. And it's great, too. You don't even see Thor. It's just, here's his arm. Just two more. And, of course, wrinkles. But, hey, it's got Galactus in it, so... No.
Yeah, it is Galactus and Ego.
Yeah, for a split second, I thought the High Evolutionary, but no. And got to have Loki in one of these. Starting to get to the 70s, but not quite. In fact, yeah, 1969. Just about there. All right. So glad you stayed up and watched all that. Hey, I am being joined by Spinner Rack. Say hello to Paulo.
Hey, Paulo. Hey, guys. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Just got home.
And Apollo, you slip out whenever you need to. I don't want to keep
problem.
you, man, but
Now
we're more fun, Paulo, maybe. Yeah, more fun than sleeping.
Now that I've tagged Dave in, you can
bet.
take over.
Well, you got to stay on, Paulo. Nobody wants to see me. So.
They didn't make a movie about the eraser, but it got deleted. Ha ha ha. Rigelian recorders. Kirby was cool. Yep. Maybe the High Evolutionary was doing a lot of drugs. That's how he got high. Okay. Here's John Goros. Hello, John. I like the Island of Lost Souls with Charles Lawton and Lugosi. Yeah. Yeah, that's a creepy rendition of it. Because he had a huge tongue, yes. You lick was, we all lick for you.
You lick, I lick, we all lick.
Yep. Jay Gorth, that's a great movie, and Criterion did a great Blu-ray release with tons of bonus features. They're all great covers on those Thors. I agree. Or scan that Thor cover and put some fossils in. There you go. Yeah. I also like the Eddie Romero version, the story that had John Ashley, Pam Grier, Colonel Klink from Hogan's Heroes playing the Moreau stand-in. Twilight People, my first DVD, had to pawn it. Oh, that's too bad. The Bandivo got their name from the Island of Lost Souls. They are featured in the bonus material. Cool. That was Ego, right? Yes, The Living Planet. I prefer monochromatic backgrounds to keep the attention on the right thing. That's the thing about computer-generated comic. Yeah, I meant it, Scotty, just as an exercise. Like I said, they did the right thing by doing the green. For searching for Waldo. Yep. JRK. Spinner. Hey, they're saying hi to Spinner Rack. Hello, Spinner, says Dr. Fibes and
Hello,
Jackson
Dr.
Roycart. Missing Mars says Spinner, Apollo, Micah, good evening. Impressive collection on those Thors, Micah. Well, I appreciate that. Some of them could be in better condition, but some of them are dynamite. Mr. Gross, Dr. Fibes, hello. All right. Now I'm glad that Spinner Rack joined. You must have had a rough day downtown. You just got home.
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining.
You know, I don't know, Micah, you're in Missouri. Do you live by a big city or where, without, you don't have to tell me exactly where, but are you like close to St. Louis or anywhere? Or
I'm 3 hours away from both Kansas City and St. Louis. So
okay. All right.
But I'm close to Arkansas.
Here in Denver, they are doing road work everywhere.
Yeah.
And they are doing work on our light rail system, which nobody's riding anymore since COVID. I don't know where in the hell they get the money. But it has made commuting, it's always been kind of bad, but it has just made it horrible. There's slowdowns everywhere. But the money that they're spending, hundreds of millions of dollars, I guess that's why we have so much debt. But well, anyway, I'm not here to talk about politics. But anyway, yeah, it's. I had to go downtown, and it was not fun. And plus, we're getting some smoke from there's some fires up in Canada, and it is really hazy. And I mean, it's the type of smoke where forest fires you can feel in the back of your throat. So, not a good day to be out. But anyway.
Well, we had 90 degrees. It's 105 where Apollo is. How hot is it for you?
It is 83 degrees here. It was probably about 96. But, we don't have any humidity. So that's the only positive there. And it cools off because of, I think, of our elevation. I think it cools off pretty quickly. So, yeah, it's at 83 right now.
Yeah. The chat has told me many times, please talk more about the weather. So,
yeah, I know.
I'm always asking. All right. Well, do you have anything to entertain us with?
I do. So as I came around to the back of my desk here, I grabbed the short box. I don't even know what I have in this, but we'll just go through it.
There you go.
There's a little X-Men.
Blastar.
Great condition too.
And I think I got what is Blastar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four. Let's see, I should say I got some stuff written down. 1969, Barry Smith and Mike Esposito on the inks. But great cover. Oh, okay. Here's I don't do a lot of Golden Age, but I really like this atomic bomb cover. Some cereal there. This is issue 82 from 47. Pete Costanza is listed as the artist. And I don't know much about Pete. In fact, I don't know anything about Pete.
I don't hear anybody talk about him, and so I forget I forget all about him.
But just a really fun cover there. And then this is Champions. This is issue number 3 from 67.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
Buckler is the artist.
We mentioned him a little earlier.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great.
I prefer Ghost Rider and his earlier motorcycle, but and here's Superman 115. This is from 1957. Al Plastino is the listed artist.
Yeah. That is awesome.
I guess they gave Kurt Swan a break. He didn't have to do 3 books that month, just 2.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have to do 3 books. I'm not even sure if he should be doing 1.
Paulo does not like Kurt. And I like Kurt.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
Listen, I've read the first years of the Legion of Superheroes.
Uh-huh.
It's Kurt Swan. Kurt Swan is doing his regular shtick, and then a 13-year-old provides layouts for him, and that's the most dynamic the characters had ever been.
Oh my gosh. 1968, number 3, Gene Colan, of course.
Stay tuned for the Paulo.
Now, Paulo, do you like Gene Colan?
Kurt Swan alarm.
Now, Paulo, do you like Gene Colan?
I do like Gene Colan.
Good.
But although sometimes it depends on the inker.
If you said no, we're going to have to tell you to go to bed. Okay, 1945. This is Billy the Kid and Oscar number 3.
Whoa. Never seen it.
And the reason I picked this up is because it kind of had a Western look to it. Let me see. I've got written down Chad Grothkopf or something like that. Once again, another artist.
He usually did funny animals. He was part of the Timely stable for Vince Fago back in the 40s.
But,
yeah,
I got it just because of the Western stuff. As you guys know, I do pick up some Westerns here.
Sure.
I don't know if I ever told you, when I grew up in the mountains of Colorado, there was a cattle ranch across the way, across the highway that we knew the family very well. So we'd go over there and we'd help them in the spring do the things you do to cattle, give them their shots, dehorn them and stuff like that. So I've had a little bit of experience in true Western stuff. And that's probably why I partly like Westerns. Kid Colt, of course.
Great. Absolutely great.
This is World's Finest. And I don't have any information written down, but it's issue 172, 12 center.
Oh, yeah. Those are so fun to read.
Yeah. And the covers usually are kind of fun, too.
Yeah.
Okay, and this will probably stay out when I switch over to Halloween. But I think you like this series.
Oh, I love it.
And this is issue, let's see, 174, 20 center.
Yep.
Now, Paulo, you're going to just love this cover. This,
Yes.
of course, is the aforementioned Kurt Swan, 1961.
But we have more big insects.
Beautiful.
10 center. Still 10 cents. Superman 131, Kurt Swanigan, 1959.
That's Paulo's favorite.
Yeah.
I
the
have to
Rugrats
admit,
with Super
the first time I think I ever saw this cover, I thought somebody had put a sticker over
Yeah.
Lois's face. I didn't realize that they had, did that in the art. It took me, a few moments to figure that out. But clearly that's Lois Lane. Here's an Atlas #1 issue. This is the Brute in 1975. Giordano cover. Tarantula #1. This is Weird Suspense, I should say, #1, 1975 by Dick also.
Sweet.
This one I might keep out for Halloween also.
They're loving what you show in the chat. They were saying you have a time machine and everything.
Another early Atlas.
Yep.
This is Stan's brother, Larry Lieber.
Larry.
In a few countries, they reprinted the Atlas comics inside the Marvel anthologies, which kind of made sense.
And I don't know if Jambo's watching or not, but here we have issue #2, Red Sonja.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mike, I've got more, but do you want me to
It's up to you.
break?
I've shown everything I was going to show.
Okay, let me just keep pulling from this bin here.
You hanging in there, Paulo?
Yeah, it's 2:30.
He's waiting to see more Kurt Swan, I know.
Issue #4.
More Red Sonja. The Brazilians used that cover.
Well, I've got a number of them here.
They removed all the background.
Issue #5. The Bear God.
Very cool looking villain.
Looks like a mutant grizzly bear.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see him take on Smokey Bear.
You can start.
I think he'd take Smokey.
Yeah.
No problem.
Wow.
#6. I've got all kinds of them. Issue #7. Is
Great.
Higgy watching? Higgy probably likes this issue.
Higgy was here, but then I think his favorite show, Chicago, whatever that is,
Oh, okay.
comes on.
Hopefully he watches on Rewind. And then I don't know if Maranya is watching, but here's a little Iron Man for her. This, gosh, somebody that didn't write down the year.
That should be around 71.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would guess.
And who's the artist there? Do you know? You tell?
Well, it could be Tuska, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, you're tricking me. That's
Okay, and here's one that you guys hear me talk about all the time. Dick Dillon.
Maranya was here. What issue was that? What number was that?
Maranya, that was issue 29.
Yeah. This is probably Kane. You guys are tricking me. Severin and Everett. All
Okay.
right.
So this is a Dick Dillon cover, 1961, issue 159.
Man.
And you guys, I'm sure, get tired of hearing me say it, but I just like these sci-fi.
Oh, I do too.
Jules Verne looking covers.
Black Hawk was always one of those that I had to make the second. I just couldn't afford to get everything, and so you had to make a choice.
Black Hawk doesn't count as a war comic.
And I apologize to Paulo.
Wow, look at that. That's gorgeous.
Yes.
Look at that.
One
He
of his
doesn't look.
victory
He looks like he's just having fun. You know, he doesn't look like he's too evil there. The
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah.
Look at that
And
face.
And probably Jimmy's having fun as well.
Yeah. And Supergirl's getting a big laugh out of it too.
I think Jimmy got so used to this that now to him it's entertainment.
And this will definitely put Apollo to bed more. I'll put Swan. 1962, number 64.
Nice.
Jimmy pining over Lucy there.
Yeah, Jimmy's going to cheat, looks like.
Well, you know, Lucy wouldn't have anything to do with him until
That's right.
some other girl, you know, wanted him, and then.
And besides, we've seen Jimmy marry apes, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is issue 20.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Do you guys like these dual covers where you got kind of an underground level?
Sometimes I want just a poster shot, but sometimes I like all the action.
Yeah.
Hello, bub.
Hey.
That's right.
X-Men 51.
Ah, yes, the the cover that was a mistake because they hadn't designed Eric the Red yet, so they did a Viking.
Now I'm pretty sure this is not Gil Kane. That's a Stranko cover, but
That's
boy,
right.
he's doing his best impression of Gil
Sure
Kane
is.
there. Look at that.
Well, Gil probably saw that and just something snapped. And from then on, yeah.
He probably secretly came in and redrew it a little bit.
Yeah.
Or he stole the artwork. Like
And
he
here's
usually did.
really, I don't know if
Oh,
Steve
look at
liked him.
Charlton. Yeah.
Number 3, Top Cat.
Yeah, that guy did Flintstones and Underdog as well. I forget his name, but
Another Champions, number 5. This is from 76. Rich Buckler again.
Rampage, the villain created by recession.
yes.
And everybody loves Stevens, I'm sure.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Elvis. I can't go wrong. Pretty Girls, Elvis.
Oh, and lead paint. Steranko couldn't carry Kane's lunchbox because Kane wouldn't allow it.
I think Led sometimes does things just to get
No, but the lunchbox was probably where Gil Kane was keeping all the stolen art.
Yeah, let me pull a little bit more, Mike.
All these are great, and I love the eclectic variety.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I always do, it seems. Here's
Oh, there it is.
number 80.
Red Wolf and Lobo.
For every time Red Wolf showed up again, you would go, there was this time that I worked with the Avengers. Yes, Red Wolf, you always tell us that.
This one will definitely stay out here when I switch over the spinner racks.
Those kids again.
You're saying Red Wolf was a name dropper.
217.
Nice cover.
Another Blackhawk from 1961. This is 160. Dick Dillon, of course.
Very cool.
Or aliens. They're probably cousins to the right aliens.
1964, issue 201 by Dick Dillon again.
The new costumes.
Wow.
Cap 104.
Yes.
The Exiles.
FF 119.
Yes, the brief appearance of the Black Leopard, not Black Panther.
Yeah, it does look like Black Panther, though, doesn't it?
Well, he decided to change his name for like 2 issues to avoid confusion with the political group from California.
Then he remembered, wait a minute, I'm not American. I don't care what you guys do.
Yeah.
Detective 370.
Yeah.
What's the name of that guy? I don't remember him.
He's so memorable, right?
Let's see. I'll show a few more. Now this one, perhaps maybe a little bit sexist nowadays, but this is issue 371. And poor Batgirl has got a wardrobe problem there. All right, Submariner 61.
Submariner also had very memorable villains. People only remember Atuma.
This is issue 224.
Now, in Bub's defense, Bub was on this show about a month or so ago, and he behaved himself admirably. I didn't even have to say anything to him. The guy was a gentleman. So, Bub will send me the check later. So.
This, let's see, this is Steve Ditko. Oh, wait, no, Jack Kirby cover from 65. And this is one I freed from this casing.
Yeah, looks good.
And then I'll end. So we had a Denver Comic Con over the 4th of July weekend. Generally, it's a pretty poor Comic Con. But I did pick up one book, which will definitely be out for Halloween horror. But this is PEP 155. It's from 1962. And the camera.
Yeah.
A book
It's
that.
a great cover. There you go. Then slowly back up when you get.
Come on. There we go.
Oh, it's dynamite. Yeah.
Book I've been looking for a while, and the dealer had a decent price on it. So.
And they all know that's a great cover, so they know they get it for the money. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be putting this in one of the spinner racks. All right, Micah, that's
Oh, fabulous stuff, Dave. Fabulous stuff. Where was the Denver? It's probably somewhere in Denver, I'm guessing, right?
Where was what? I'm sorry. Oh,
He's getting silly. So
it was actually one of those Fan Expo conventions.
It was My Life Made Decoy. Yes. Cream City says, "Great books, Dave."
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Very nice books. Well, let's see a couple things here. If you'd like to reach out to me, here's my email address, graphicman404@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram and communicate with me. If you have a good idea of some show I should probably do, or if you'd like to volunteer to be a guest, then feel free to climb aboard, join these brave souls sometime. And I sure appreciate everybody. Where did I leave off? Let's see. Nice book, Spinner. Outrageous stuff, Spinner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackson. It's all set for me to do a monologue. Great. And we're got an hour and 35. That was a pretty good show. I just got back from vacation. I haven't really caught up on a lot of people's videos. I just know that Jambo had a family situation pop up, and I know that Dr. Silver Age has gone to bed. That's about all I know. So I'll have to check in with everybody. So,
And Mike, I might mention Cheap Comic Collector is having a contest. He's having a birthday in August. But anyway, I made a video last weekend in connection with that contest. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to.
Okay.
It's kind of a funny video. The premise of the video he wants you to do is you'll be doing something, and all of a sudden you'll learn that one of his videos is coming up, and you rush off to do it. But anyway, I did a video, so you might go over and take a look at his channel and support his channel.
Okay. Also, Dr. Silverage did send me a text. He told me that Psychotronic Squirt Gun was starting a stream the last few Wednesdays, and he realized that I kind of do it on many Wednesdays, so he has decided to switch to Thursday. He sure didn't have to do that, but so you be sure to check him out, Psychotronic Squirt Gun. Sometimes Dr. Silverage joins him. I think Metarog joins him. Metarog just cannot get free on a Wednesday to save his life, but
It's his own fault.
yeah. Yes, and Scotty is going to make a thrift store video. I think he had some science fiction he's going to show as well, so I look forward to seeing that. Here's the
also
website.
this guy over here made a return to the Geeky Puppet Show, so go see him do his Wyatt Wingfoot.
Oh yeah. They called me out of retirement to do Wyatt Wingfoot, and I got to do Whitey, the football player. I thought it was Tuesday. Some comics from Tuesday store. The competition may have improved the quality of both shows. Yeah. Agreed. PSG is doing Psychotronic Squirt Gun is doing auctions. Oh. And here is Psychotronic Squirt. See, well, thank you, Jackson. Jackson's doing great. I don't pay him near enough, so sure appreciate that. And I will leave that right there, and I'll say goodnight. And I thanks Paulo for joining me. It's been a long time since I've seen you. And thank you, Dave, for jumping in. I appreciate that. On Monday, he and the guy in Florida. Okay. $2 comics, no extra for shipping. All right. Don't forget to check out these guys. I appreciate it. This is the part I'm supposed to say like and subscribe or thumbs up or whatever it is you guys do. And more like near nothing. Okay. So I thank you all. Thank you all, my guests. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And we will see you next time. One more comment here. Thank you, Library. Library, give me an email sometime or Instagram. Talk to you later. Good night, folks. Happy drawing.
See you.
All right. Take care.